Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of On Point and West Point. I'm Reki and my character Emily is still in the car. We are just returning from a trip where we looted several garages and we are getting ready to do a little maintenance around the location of our safe house and some cleanup, and then we're going to rest. And it seems like we are averaging about 5 episodes per day. We're in day 2, July 10th, and at the end of this video we should sleep and be ready for day 3. So let's get moving here. I don't think there's anything in the car except that spare generator, and we left that in the car because we're hoping to hook that up to a gas station. Yes, I did turn the car off. Okay. So one of the things that I want to do is come in here and grab some of these bars that I know we've got. But first I want to grab some of these bags. These empty bags are cluttering up the inventory bar here for the floor. And if I can grab these bags and get them out of the way, then it'll be easier to get things moving. So let's put these bags here for now. All right, we need metal bars. I just saw a whole bunch of them. And we need a propane torch. So let's take about half of these bars. That's enough for 5 windows. You need 3 bars per window. And then let's see, we need a propane torch and a welder's mask. Alright, so let's grab one of these. Let's wear one of these. And most of the propane torches that you're going to find come full. You can just check them by clicking this little arrow. You can check anything by clicking the little arrow. For most things, it'll tell you the condition. If it's got batteries in it, it'll tell you what battery percentage is left. If it's got fuel, it'll tell you how much fuel is left. Alright, and we are going to head outside, and we're going to start over on this side before she's too tired. It's a little nerve-wracking to have your back to the forest when you're tired. And all you need to barricade windows is either wooden planks or metal bars. You have to have them in your inventory. If you're using wooden planks, you're not going to be able to see out, which is why I don't favor wooden planks for barricading windows, because it's nice to be able to get the light in and to be able to see out. You can patrol by a window and see if there's a zombie within a cone of vision that you're going to have out the window. If you put planks across the window, the maximum protection you're going to get is, or you're going to put up is 4 planks, and the 4 planks completely cover the window, and then you can't see out. But the bars you can see through. And if you put up planks, you're going to need 4 planks and a hammer in your inventory. If you put up bars, you need 3 metal bars and a propane torch and a welder's mask. So it's pretty quick, and you don't need any skill to get them up, thankfully. And as you can see, the bar's moving pretty quickly. Usually I fast forward through it, but I'm not going to do that for you guys, so you guys can see how this works. And I am just going to go around as many windows as I can. I think I can get 3 windows done before I have to go in and grab some bars, because I think I'm holding 11 bars. And we need 12. And see, you can see the bars now on the outside, which is nice. And it just prevents them from breaking your window. And then you don't have to worry about replacing your windows and having them crawl through the openings. Alright, we need another metal bar. Where did it go? There we go. 1 more metal bar, I think. Yep, for a total of 3. And if we do this, that's going to get the entire downstairs secure. Perfect. All right. And that's the downstairs windows done. You don't need to do the upstairs windows, and in order to do them, you'd need scaffolding anyway. So, but as you can see, I can still see out. I still have good line of sight. It doesn't really block the amount of light coming in too much. And it protects your downstairs. It's 7:40, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to close these curtains anyways, so that we don't attract any visitors. We don't have curtains on this one yet. The best places for curtains are oftentimes restaurants, because they have a lot of windows and you can get 7 or 8 curtains at a time. If you do what I did and just throw sheets up, it's not perfect, but it works. Alright, so let's start going through and picking up some of the stuff that we need to sort out. And while we're here, we may as well eat this cheese sandwich before it goes bad. That'll make her happy. Oh, we're already out of room. Okay, so that means that we're going to have to go out tomorrow and get another refrigerator. Also, we have stuff in here that doesn't belong in here. We don't need the beer to be refrigerated. We don't need the coffee to be refrigerated. I probably just dumped a bunch of stuff in here without paying attention because I was in a rush to show you guys something. So let me help myself by getting rid of some of the stuff that doesn't need to be in here. I recommend that you eat bagels first. Out of absolutely everything in the game that I have seen, bagels go bad first and the earliest. Okay, so let's see about getting this stuff back in here now, because we have given us some pounds. Well, let's get the milk in. And if we can find that cooking magazine, that means that we can actually turn some of these ingredients into cake batter, which will get them out of the refrigerator. I'm going to take some of this cake out. I hate to do that because it will go bad, but we have to get the really quickly spoiling things like the milk and the mayonnaise in here. And let's take a couple bags of these frozen vegetables out of here. You can always put one or more of them back in, but if we have room, but they don't need to be in there taking up space at the moment. Okay, so let's put these apples back in, and we don't need both of them in there. We just need one. I'm trying to minimize the amount of food that could possibly spoil overnight until we get another refrigerator, because that's now become an imperative. All right, and I'd like to keep the bread fresh if I can, so what I'm probably going to do is slice it up and make sandwiches. But first, we need to get some of this stuff out of her inventory because she's carrying a lot of stuff around. Alright, so what's there? Okay. This is probably where I'm going to put the stove when we get one. What's on this side? Nothing. Alright, so let's put dry goods over here. Brown sugar, butter, graham crackers. Alright, so what I typically do is I typically put things like coffee and tea in mugs and 1 bag of sugar under the coffee pot, so it's easy to make drinks. And then I typically put TV dinners under the microwave along with microwave popcorn. And then I have a container that's entirely junk food. I call it the grab and go container because it's for stuff like chips and candy and things that don't go bad that you grab when you're in a particular mood. And it doesn't look like I have anything like that. All the juice boxes and the sodas can go here at the moment. We can always move that later. Alright, do we have room in this crate for beer? No, this one is full, so let's go and put the rest of the beer down here. Alright, and since we need to make room in the fridge, let's see what we've got for lunch meat. I'm going to take this bread out. Let's wear the hard hat and put the tools away for now. And we're going to take bologna. Actually, we need to slice the bread before we can do any of this stuff. What am I carrying? Nothing that I need to be carrying right now. So let's go over to where we put the utensils. We have a kitchen knife. Perfect. Okay. Let's slice all of this bread. And you know what? Since my character doesn't have a hunting knife, we should take this back to the fridge because that's where the bologna is. And I'm betting we need to slice all this bologna. Alright, and then do we have ham? Let's slice all this ham. And I don't think we have any salami, so there's no need to worry about that. Okay. Alright, so let's make sandwiches. So we'll make some ham sandwiches, and we will make some bologna sandwiches. And you can also make veggie sandwiches and cheese sandwiches. And I like to start by putting my meat on my sandwiches and going from there. And weirdly, certain things you can turn into what they call burgers. I don't really know what the distinction is between a sandwich and a burger. I do know that you can put certain things on burgers that you can't put on sandwiches and vice versa. So now that's weird. Did you see that? I had 2 sandwiches, and when I made a third sandwich, it went back to only 1 bologna sandwich. It's not counting bologna sandwiches correctly. That's really strange. Let's do that again so I can actually tell the developers about that. So here's 1 bologna sandwich that I've pre-made. I have bread. We're going to create another bologna sandwich. There it is. We've got 2. So now we're going to create a third bologna sandwich. Now we've got 3. Now we've got 4. Well, maybe it wasn't a bug. Maybe it was something. Sometimes you have weird things that can happen if you can't carry stuff. Oh, I made 2 sausage sandwiches. Maybe that's what happened. Why do they call it sausage? Oh, I wonder if we can answer this question. Double bologna, so it's counting it as a sauce. So I accidentally hit the wrong thing. That's what happened. Or it counted it as, instead of bread, I hit the bologna sandwich when it was made, something like that. Well, that's not going to hurt us. Double bologna is not bad. All right, let's make some more hamburgers. One more hamburger. Another ham sandwich. All right, so we have 5 bologna sandwiches. We have 6 burgers, 6 ham sandwiches, 2 sausage sandwiches. Let's make a couple of cheese sandwiches. All right, and now that all the base sandwiches are made, we just start to randomly add things. So let's add a random vegetable. Let's add a random vegetable. A random vegetable. And you want to mix it up because your character will get bored eating the same thing over and over again, which is why a lot of times I'll just use a random vegetable or a random hot pepper, and I'll let the computer pick. So we have bologna and jalapeno, bologna and cabbage, bologna and eggplant, and bologna and tomato. And now what we can also do is start adding mayonnaise to these to make them taste better. And you can tell what's in your sandwich by hovering over it. So in this case, this one has bologna and it has peppers and mayonnaise, and this one has bologna and cabbage with mayonnaise. This one has bologna and eggplant, but no mayonnaise, so we'll put that on. And in case you don't know, I'm looking at the little icons next to where it says contains. So this one says contains, and it has a little icon for bologna and a little icon for eggplant next to it. And then under spices, it has a little icon for mayonnaise. And if there is no icon for spices, that means you didn't put anything on it yet. All right, well, that's got 5 bologna sandwiches. Let's add some random vegetables to our cheese sandwiches. And we'll put mayonnaise on these as well. Alright, and let's add some vegetables to this burger. And let's add a random vegetable to this one. Alright, so let's see. And the nice thing about making sandwiches is they're kind of grab and go. All you have to do is make sure that they stay refrigerated, and you can leave them in partial states of construction. You don't have to go through and put condiments on them the way I am, or completing them all. Whatever works for you. And I think that's all I'm going to do. It doesn't matter. I can always check when I pull a sandwich out as to whether or not it has all of the components I want on it. And now we're down by like 5 pounds And we should be able to get at least some of these sandwiches in here. And we've got 3 pounds left here. Let's see if we can shoehorn these sandwiches in here. Alright. Alright, let's take out half of these. And we're going to take this bread out again. Okay. So, let's see here. I like to prepare a lot of food in advance, if I can. And then that means it's easier. My girl doesn't have to cook all the time. Okay, so I think we have pretty much done the best that we can. Let's double check to make sure there's no other food on the floor. There probably is, because we did do a lot of food raiding. Yep. And we're just gonna have to shelve a lot of this and hope that it lasts 6 or 7 hours without going bad. In real life it won't, but in the game there's a bit of leeway, which is nice. It used to be said that food ticks in freshness at midnight. So I don't know if that's still the case or not. And I also don't know how much of an impact that quote-unquote tick has on the food freshness. So did I accidentally? Yep, I just accidentally put the butter in here, which I didn't need to do. Alright, so what do I have here that can last overnight? That looks like we're going to have to pull the bread out of here. I hate to do that, but that'll happen. This croissant will probably last overnight. This muffin will last overnight. The pie will last better than the cake overnight. The taco shells weren't even in the refrigerator when we found them, so we know those will last overnight. And we can probably remove some more sacks of vegetables, because the sacked vegetables will last a little bit. Actually, how much do we get if we get all these out of here? Sometimes this game can be a little bit like, well, any other game with an inventory limit, where you're kind of having to mess around with what you can shoehorn in and what you can leave out and so on and so forth. Alright. Can we get the pie back in now that I've removed all those sacks? Okay, so we have sacks out. And oh, that's good. Okay, so we can put some of this stuff back in. I guess I should have just gone ahead and removed the sacks to start with, but, you know, live and learn. Let's put these back in. And then we'll put in as much bread as we can fit in. And we'll just leave these sacks out. They were out anyways. They can probably last one more day. Alright. Okay, so I'm going to keep hinking around with the stuff here in the safe house, you getting, stuff put away, and I want to see if I can get it done by 2300. And at 2300, I'll take her upstairs and I'll let her watch some TV and relax, and then I'll put her to bed. And then I will catch you guys on the other side of that for day 3. I hope you guys enjoyed your time with us, and we'll see you soon. Bye.